Hey fam, how many old school R&B fans out there? How many of you remember Luther? Now, he only goes by one name because when you say Luther, an image should come to mind. I'm not talking about skinny Luther. I'm talking about old school, big Luther, that carry those notes or whatever. I would try to sing it, but then you might unfollow us. But he used to have a song called A House Is Not a Home. And in that song, part of the lyrics, he would kind of say, like, I was not meant to live alone. Turn this house into a home. And that's what we want to talk about because that's actually biblical. From the beginning of time, God says it was not good for man to be alone. So let's talk about how to turn your house into a home. All right, you guys came back. Thank you so much again for joining us here at Forever I Do. I'm Al, and you know what we love to do here? Brag. Build relationships according to God. Now, again, I know we were talking about Luther earlier, but we really want to talk about how to make that house a home. Yes. So last week, Lisi talked about the H in making your house a home, creating that honoring environment. This week, I want to talk to you about that O, that open environment. You want a home that allows every single member of your family, every single person under that roof, to feel that they can be open and be themselves. You want to create that transparent environment, that sharing environment. And guess what, fellas? It starts with you. It starts with us. We have to set that tone. So, it used to be a time where I would come home and I would just plop down in the recliner, kick my feet up, turn on Sports Center, and kind of block out my world being my family. I didn't really want to talk. I really didn't want to listen. Yes, there were times when my wife would actually come home from work and she would, of course, want to share her day and how she felt about the happenings of her day. And I would sort of halfway be listening. Now, I know you probably there with me. I know some of you probably have done this, or maybe you're currently still doing this. But I want to tell you, it's not a good thing. Because while she was sharing all of her day and all of who she was and how she felt about her day, I was just kind of giving those silent head nods just so I can get back to watching the latest sports updates. That was not creating a transparent environment. That was not creating that open environment that's needed in order for the house, the home that you're trying to build to flourish. We have to do our parts and we have to set the tone. So how do we do that? The first thing I would say to do is this. Remember, she is your good thing. God said it in his word. He put that woman alongside you for a reason. In order to create that open environment, you always have to remember that key thing, that she is your good thing. Every dream that you have, when you said I do, is attached to her. Every vision you have, every goal is attached to her. If you forget that she's your good thing, you will stop sharing with her those good things and those not so good things that are happening in your life. It's important to share your goals. It's important to share your vision. It's important to share your wins. But it's also equally important to share those losses, to share those failures, to share those things that you have kept inside until God placed you two alongside each other. And the reason that you want to do that again is because every dream is attached to her. You cannot fulfill your purpose without sharing with your spouse what those dreams, those goals, those aspirations are. Every seed you give your good thing, she will water. She was created for that purpose. And together you were created for a purpose. So again, remember, the first step in creating an open environment is to remember she's your good thing. The second thing is this. Now, God says in his word again, confess your sins to him to be forgiven. So be transparent with God, of course, to be forgiven. But then he also says to confess your sins to man or those that he's placed in your life, those people, again, mainly your wife, your family, so that you can be healed. There is no healing without sharing. There is no healing without openness. There is no healing without transparency. So our first job, our first ministry is to create that environment in our home. We have to create an environment where everybody feels like they can share their feelings, share what they have gone throughout their day, throughout their week, throughout their lives, so that everybody in your home can be healed. Because guess what? Healed people help other people heal. And if you aren't healed because you aren't sharing, because you aren't open, nobody under your roof will either. So again, you have to set that tone. You have to open up, and you have to actually confess those things and share those things that you have experienced in life, so that everybody in your home can again be healed. They have to know that you're human. They have to know that you have had things that you hope to achieve that you failed at. They have to know that, again, that life will come with ups and downs, but when you fall down, you can get back up. If they never known you to fall down, they will not know that it's possible to get back up and to keep moving forward. So again, remember that second piece is understanding the difference between forgiveness and healing. Because as men, sometimes we think the only person we have to share with is God, and that is not the case. Now, the last thing is this. Again, one of the shortest verses in the Bible is a couple of words. And those couple of words are setting the perfect example to us as men. It's sharing that perfect example of how to, again, share that word that we treat like a four-letter word, the feelings piece. It's teaching us how to share that. That verse is this: Jesus wept. Yes, he cried. And guess what, fellas? Come a little closer. He did not cry in the dark. Yes, I know it's book titles and things out there that tell us as men, we gotta take it all on our own. We don't share with anybody. You man up. You pound yourself on the chest. You just deal with it. No, you do not. Again, God placed you in a family for a reason. He placed you as the head, not the tail. He meant for you to lead, and you have to lead by tapping into those feelings, those emotions. And I'm not saying run around the house like crying and boo-hooing and giving an ugly cry or anything like that. But your family has to know that it's okay to actually have emotions, to actually know it's okay to have feelings, and then to know that it's okay to share those feelings. You don't want to create the environment where everybody thinks that they have to just suck it up. Now, again, this is coming from a Marine, like where the culture was, just suck it up, just take it in stride, just keep pushing through. No, you don't need to keep pushing through. You need to heal through. You actually need to create that environment in your home where everybody experiences that wholeness, that fullness, that understand that while God may dry your tears, that it's okay for your wife to dry your tears. It's okay for you to dry your wife's tears. It's okay for your sons and daughters to actually cry, to share their emotions as well. Because sometimes things in life will hit you hard. And again, you were not created to be this robot. You were created in his image, and he gave you an example of how to actually express yourself when you are going through something. Because he wept, you can weep also. And again, it's okay to share those feelings. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We definitely appreciate you joining us on this journey as we tell you how to make that house a home. Hope you will join us again next week. Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you catch all of our latest videos here at Forever I Do. And on IG, just select us as your favorite so you never miss a post, you never miss a tip. Remember, at the end of the day, brag on it,